we're looking at the what's happening in college admissions, and of course, because of COVID-19, there's a lot of restrictions on college admissions, folks. They usually are out in full force in the springtime, and certainly at this time of the year, they're getting ready to plan their fall travel. Having been on that side of the fence, I know that I would be deep into fall travel, having made all my appointments to wherever I was going. So we'll talk a little bit about that, as well as transcript disruption, certainly what's happening with extracurricular activities, and then some test optional policies that you really ought to think about. So travel restrictions, again, admission counselors are not traveling, nor will they be for the foreseeable future. High schools, for many high schools, they will not be opening in the fall. And even if they do open come springtime, probably at the bottom of their list is college admissions folks coming in, and vice versa, even having you as a high school senior traveling to colleges to see what they have to offer. So how do you, what are you able to do? They still want to hear from you because they still have a class that they have to meet. They still need to bring those numbers in. That's very important to colleges as a whole. That's why they're in business. They want to stay in business. They want to have butts in their seats, whether that's virtually or whether that's in person. So what can you do right now if you're not able to get to a college or to or for a college admission person to get to you? There are virtual information sessions virtually for every college and university that is now going through this whole COVID thing. So yes, you can do things like take virtual tours, but there's also virtual information sessions, which could be excellent. It's not the same as getting in a car or getting on a plane and actually walking onto a campus, but it's the next best thing. And it still shows that you have an interest in a college or university that you are interested in. You can have one-on-one meetings with admissions staff. You can engage in social media. What do I mean by that? Following them on Facebook, not necessarily particular admissions staff, but the college as a whole. There are opportunities for you to click onto their Facebook page or their Instagram account. I don't think colleges are doing TikTok yet, but you never can tell. But that's a great way for you and your students to socially engage with the colleges and universities. Email and phone calls with admissions staff, again, most of them are working from home, and even if they are going into an office, they have time. They have more time than they ever had because they're not traveling. So you can email them, you can have a phone call with them, and you can talk with them. So I think that that's a great thing, and don't be afraid because these folks want to hear from you. There also are online forms that you can fill out that will put you on mailing lists so that you'll know the latest and greatest that the colleges are talking about, so you'll stay informed. And all of those are ways for you to stay in communication with admissions offices. Nothing in that aspect has changed. There still needs to be a demonstrated interest for most of the colleges and universities that you may be looking at. So these are ways that you can stay engaged so that the colleges and universities know that you still have an interest.
So Carla, you spent many years in the world of college admissions, and you were behind the desk making decisions. So you never did this during a pandemic, but just imagine, I'm trying to ask, I guess the question is, what would you be thinking about right now in terms of, trying to have students connect with you? And I know that you've been in touch with your colleagues in the admissions world. So maybe you can speak a little bit to what admissions officers are thinking about right now in terms of their, how they're trying to reach students and what they want students to be able to do in terms of reaching them.
Right. So they're doing all sorts of things. Again, these virtual information sessions where they're doing things. I think we heard today on a call that there's actually individual virtual tours that you can take. So you can sign up at specific schools, and I'll give the name. It was UF actually that talked about this today, that they're trying to do individual tours. So you can go in and sign up, and you'll actually have an individual tour where you'll be able to ask questions while you're having that virtual tour. They want to engage with you because, again, as I said, they need to make their class for 2021 and beyond. So they will respond to your email requests. They will respond to your phone calls. They will track to see that you're following them on social media. So I think that that's important for you to, they're waiting for you. And this is exactly what we're hearing, that colleges are not just closed up and they're not doing anything. They're waiting for students, but because they can't actually get out and go to your school like they would in the past, they're counting on you a little bit more to reach out to them. Does that mean that they're not going to reach out to you? No, but I think that in a lot of cases, you need to be making that first step to let them know that you are definitely interested in them.